Welcome, curious minds, to another deep dive.
Yeah.
Ever think about the really raw, intense lives behind some public art?
Oh, absolutely. The kind where the art and the life are just completely tangled up.
Exactly. You can't tell where one stops and the other starts.
Yeah.
It's fascinating, but, it often comes with huge challenges for the artists themselves.
For sure. Navigating that in the public eye while dealing with, well, life, that's a lot.
Right. And today, that's exactly what we're diving into. The interwoven stories of two really influential figures in West Coast hip-hop, Zigg Zagg and Brotha Lynch Hung.
A powerhouse pair, but with such a complicated history.
Definitely. So our mission here is to explore that complex relationship, their kind of explosive rise in music, the profound traumas they both went through.
And how they coped, right? Their paths to self-discovery, which were pretty different in the end.
Yeah, exactly. We're pulling this straight from their own words, memoirs, interviews, really candid stuff.
Trying to get to the heart of it all.
It's not just about the music, is it? It's about the real life that sparked it and the consequences, the real heavy stuff they faced.
And what's so interesting is how their art really was a direct line from their lives. It makes their personal story almost as compelling as the tracks themselves.
Okay, so to really get this, we need to go back, way back, to this first meeting. It's almost hard to believe. Zigg Zagg was only 15,
15, yeah?
and she meets Kevin Brotha Lynch Hung, who was 24, at a Burger King of all places. This is around, what, 1990, 91?
Yeah, and the source material really points out that age gap. California's age of consent is 17, so...
So right from the start, there's this dynamic. How do you think that initial setup, that age difference, shaped things? And why wasn't it talked about more, publicly?
Well, it screams power imbalance, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Immediately. The sources say she ran away from home.
Right, and found his number on an answering machine tape and just called him.
Yeah. So you've got this vulnerability from the start, and it raises big questions, about accountability in the industry, which often just looks the other way. How much of her early artistic identity was truly hers versus like a reflection of him or that situation? It's murky.
And her path into rap itself was so unusual. She wasn't even into it at first.
No, not at all. She called herself his invention.
That's the quote. She learned by memorizing his lyrics straight from his notebooks, reciting them over and over.
Which is kind of how she learned the structure, the format.
Right, and then she started writing her own stuff, developing this voice of a lion, they called it, despite looking innocent.
That's wild. But it worked. That collaboration, it just took off.
Locc to brain.
Exactly. For Lynch's album, Season of the Sickness, and that album went gold. Huge.
It really put Zigg Zagg on the map, didn't it?
Totally cemented her name. And get this, they used to perform their actual arguments on stage, like arguments 1, 2, and 3.
Seriously?
Yeah. And fans loved it because it felt real, relatable. Lynch was apparently pretty wild on stage, too. Zigg Zagg even used to do stage dives right off the front.
Wow. But then something shifted. Lynch made this really surprising creative turn after Season of the Sickness.
Yeah, that was interesting. He decided to stop producing his own albums.
Right, until his very last one. He apparently stuck to that. So like his album Loaded, that was produced by Beta.
And Lynch admits he made it while smoking a lot of weed, just constantly high.
How did that go over?
Well, initially, not great. Fans mostly thought it was a mistake compared to Season of the Sickness. They wanted something harder,
I bet.
Lynch himself even felt that way at first. But over time, it kind of grew on people. Some fans even prefer it now. Shows how perception changes, right?
Yeah, totally. But as Zigg Zagg started getting her own fans, her own recognition, things got dark.
That's when the control started. It became really, really pervasive.
She talks about him dictating what she wore.
Discouraging her from getting a job. He was scared she'd meet someone else.
Made her feel guilty just for leaving the house. It's textbook isolation.
Absolutely. Pure manipulation to keep control.
And then the cheating started, just unraveling everything. She found a letter, right, revealing he'd cheated with a mutual friend's girlfriend.
Yeah, Mike's girlfriend. And then later, with a fan who was like 20 years younger.
Oh, man. How did she react?
She describes becoming really depressed, but also rebellious. These drunken rages, sleeping with other guys.
And taking money from his wallet. She called it bitterness. Just this downward spiral for both of them.
Yeah, just mutual destruction, like you said.
So after they finally broke up, she tried to find some peace, moved away.
Yeah, down to San Diego. Wanted to be by the ocean, connect with God, find some solace.
Did it work?
Well, tragically, no, not entirely. Her second marriage, the one down there, also turned deeply abusive.
Oh, no.
Yeah, she details some really chilling stuff. Her second husband choking her, punching her in the face,
God.
repeatedly threatening to kill her. It got so bad she finally called the police for the first time ever.
And he got arrested.
He did. And there was this implication of it being a third strike under California law, which means serious prison time.
Wow. But what about her support system? Friends.
That's another heartbreaking part. She realized after the split with Lynch, all those mutual friends, they were really his friends.
Oh, that's rough.
They all sided with his new girlfriend and treated her the same way Zigg Zagg had been treated. She said it felt like her life was stolen, just complete isolation.
Just layer upon layer. And all this personal stuff was happening against this backdrop of, just horrific tragedy and violence, too.
Exactly. It's like their public lives just amplified the private suffering. They were forced to perform literally while dealing with unimaginable grief.
Like the murder of Michelle, Lynch's sister, Zagg's best friend.
Devastating. Killed by her boyfriend, and that detail about her son, mistaking the blood for nail polish.
And it happened in the house Michelle was renting from them.
Right. And they were on tour when it happened, the suicide tour, ironically. Zagg described it as just a blur of grief and having to keep going.
Lynch was apparently so out of it from drinking, he didn't even care about seeing the Grand Canyon when they were nearby. Just passed out.
The weight of that, it's immense. And then just before they finally won that big lawsuit against Black Market Records.
$1 million lawsuit, yeah.
Another trauma, a home invasion at their house.
With the kids there.
Yeah. Lil Kevin, their son, and others held at gunpoint. Zagg was convinced Cedric Singleton, the label owner, was behind it.
Did anyone else think so?
Dave Weiner, apparently. He thought Cedric actually tried to kill Lynch. And that invasion left Lil Kevin, in Zagg's words, permanently scarred and damaged.
You can only imagine the psychological toll.
And it manifested physically for Zigg Zagg, too. After Michelle's death, she started having severe anxiety attacks.
Like physical symptoms.
Yeah, numbness in her face, hands, trouble breathing. It got so bad she developed this crippling fear of driving.
Seriously, how did she get around?
Friends had to pick her up or follow her in their car. Her doctor confirmed driving could trigger it, cause her first big attack happened while driving.
Wow. Trauma embedding itself physically.
And the coping mechanisms. They were always healthy. Zigg Zagg's drinking really escalated.
Became binge stroking, right?
Yeah. Led to this incident where she crashed Lynch's car on the freeway, smashed her phone, beat up the car stereo, just completely lost it.
And Lynch had his own serious battle with alcohol.
Oh, absolutely. A severe, 247 drinking problem. It led to homelessness, hospital stays for his liver. There was a real cirrhosis stare.
But he got sober.
He did. The sources say he's 3 months sober now, which, given his history, is huge, really significant.
It's good to hear.
Wow.
But their environment back then,
Yeah.
it sounds incredibly dangerous, gang affiliations.
Yeah, Garden Block Crips, Mr. Doctor. It was part of their world. And the source lists just these harrowing close calls.
Lynch got shot.
In the ribcage, bullets still there. Zigg Zagg had bullets fly past her, got chased and shot at in a limo in Tucson.
In a limo.
Yeah. And another time, a terrifying car chase where she had to actively evade someone shooting at her. Just constant danger.
It sounds like something out of a movie, not real life.
But it was their reality. And it took a toll on the kids, especially little Kevin.
The trauma from the home invasion and everything else.
Led to diagnoses, ADD, clinical depression, PTSD. He was acting out a lot in school.
And there was that terrifying incident with the seatbelt.
Yeah, incredibly scary. He intentionally wrapped it around his neck, turned blue. They had to cut it off him. Just shows the depth of the trauma's impact.
Unbelievable. And the loss just kept coming. That story about Brad.
Their neighbor, right. An alcoholic, her second husband's AA sponsor.
Who died by suicide. And the chilling part is what her husband said to him just days before.
Told him to drink a bottle of Tanqueray and blow his brains out. Just awful. The darkness surrounding them was pervasive.
So amidst all this personal chaos, how are they even managing the business side, the music careers?
Well, that was its own battlefield. Lynch's fight with Black Market Records and Cedric Singleton was huge.
The $1 million lawsuit, which he won eventually, got his catalog rights back.
Right. But then there was that unauthorized album, EBK4.
Made from stuff stolen during the home invasion.
That's what was reported. Just shows how ruthless the industry can be. Cutthroat doesn't even begin to cover it.
And Zigg Zagg struggles, particularly with getting paid.
Oh, yeah. She's very clear about that. Says she was never paid by Lynch for her features, her contributions to his gold record.
Despite having her own successful shows, selling her own units.
Exactly. She saw the sound, scans the official sales report showing her units sold, but says she never saw a dime.
That's infuriating. It happens way too often.
It really does. A heartbreakingly common story, pouring your soul into the work and getting nothing back financially.
And then losing the actual music. Her aggravated album.
Lost twice. Once stolen from her car, then a studio system just failed. Wiped it out.
Unbelievable bad luck. And then, against all odds.
Her album with Hot One Records never came out because the owner, who she described as being like Suge Knight.
Meaning intimidating, problematic.
Yeah. He went to jail. Then, later, tried to sell Zagg her own album back to her for $10,000.
Get out! Are you serious?
That's what she recounts. And she still feels it was her hardest, tightest album, just lost to industry garbage.
That makes you sick. What about that Beats Warehouse idea? Sounded ambitious.
It really was a whole music universe platform. Artists connect, buy and sell beats, versus even from big names like Snoop, managed careers.
Kind of ahead of its time, really.
Totally. But it just fell apart. Money problems, missed deadlines, and then they lost all the data because a hosting payment got missed. Just poof, gone.
Another dream deferred. And she has some strong opinions on modern female rappers too, doesn't she?
Oh, yeah. Pretty candid. She feels a lot of them lack content, depth, too many repetitive phrases, not enough storytelling from real life.
Like they didn't have to grind the same way she did.
Basically. That the lived experience isn't fueling the art in the same way. It's a common critique from veterans, that things have become more superficial.
Makes sense. But okay, despite all this darkness, all these battles, there's also this thread of finding faith, finding new paths.
Definitely. Both of them in their own ways. For Zagg, there was this moment she sees as like divine intervention.
The child support check.
Yeah, an unexpected check for $4,500. It was the money she needed to finally leave Lynch and start her healing process.
And she got involved with Jehovah's Witnesses.
She did, even though Kevin apparently disapproved. She says it gave her a good foundation of trust and belief in God. Sounds like it was crucial for her then.
A real lifeline.
And that move to San Diego, even with the later marital problems, being by the ocean, that seems to have been genuinely healing for her spiritually.
Praying by the ocean every day.
Yeah, feeling that connection to God. She even talks about seeing bioluminescent red tide as like proof of God's creation. It's a huge shift from the chaos before.
A search for grounding, for sure. And artistically, she's shifting gears too.
Focusing on her company now, and she wrote her autobiography, Into the Storm. Apparently banged it out in a week.
Wow. That's intense.
Right. And she's pausing the music for now, waiting until she feels led by God to return.
And when she does?
She wants it to be more positive, consciously trying to counteract maybe some negative influence her earlier stuff might have had on young people.
She mentioned a song, Can You Forgive Me?
Exactly. Wants to show artists you can still be hard, talk about real life, but do it in a positive way. It's real growth, real self-reflection.
That's incredible. And what's the Snoop Dogg story?
Oh, right. So she spent 3 days with Snoop, recorded a verse for him. She thinks it's her best verse ever.
Did the song ever come out?
Nope, she never heard the final track. But the funny part, for a while after that, Snoop kept accidentally butt dialing her phone.
Huh. That's amazing. Just a classic celebrity anecdote.
Totally, just a weird little detail.
So looking ahead, Zagg still wants to fight for those unpaid royalties.
Yeah, she does. Despite the difficulty of finding the right lawyer willing to take on that kind of fight, but she's determined, wants what she's owed.
Good for her. And Lynch, still sober.
Still sober, yeah. 3 months in after that cirrhosis scare. And working on managing his mood swings, too. So both of them are actively trying to build different futures.
It's quite a journey.
It really is. So when you step back and look at it all, what these two went through, the resilience is just incredible.
Navigating that level of trauma, the industry craziness, the personal demons.
And still finding ways forward. It's a powerful testament, isn't it, to survival, reinvention, even when the past feels like it's always right there.
Which brings us to our final thought for you, the listener. In a world where, past actions and public image are kind of forever linked, what does it really take for an artist, or really for anyone, to truly reinvent themselves, to make peace with their past and find a new purpose for the future?
Yes. Only thing that I'm worried about, punch one of these pussy ass niggas in they mouth. Then they film and they'll upload it. Suckers do anything for that clout. They'll trick you out of your position if you ain't gained up and you ain't here watching out. Internet bloggers, internet gangsters, who the snitches? I can't tell. On the dead homies and enemies podcast, the only podcast that I know won't tell. But I ain't tripping, I just pay attention to my own little business and I get the smell. I'm in another state, making another plate. Big plat place on my state. A plush hotel, just counting mail. I do this shit and I do it well.